Daniel Cormier's come out, by the way. Speaking of Daniel, he said that he believes Justin Gaethje should get the nod over Islam. Well, that's very interesting because Daniel was one of Islam's great supporters, and that was only a week ago. But what do we know about this sport? And we know it about ourselves too, don't we, guys? We have very short memories. Errol Hawani refers to it as recency bias. Whatever is most recent, we're biased towards. And it's true. But it was also true for Daniel. Because Daniel is teammates. He's a coach of. He's a mentor to Islam. So for Daniel to come out and use his position as a way of getting Islam something, good for Daniel. The hell's the point of having a friend if he's not going to be a friend when you could use him? Hell yes, Daniel was right. He's completely right to use that platform. He's completely right to say what he thought and personalize it and disclose their relationship. Daniel did nothing wrong, but Daniel changed his mind. 7 days later, one performance of 15 minutes, and Daniel changed his mind against his own guy. It's a very big statement. It really is. Everybody has an opinion, but some people have the right to an opinion. Daniel Cormier has the right to an opinion. He is an expert in the sport, and he's put in a position to do nothing more than share opinions. When he does it, and I see people get angry with him, that's what he's supposed to do. We want to hear what the two-time champion of the world thinks. Of course we do. So when Daniel comes out and he says that he thinks it favors Gaethje, yes, we've got some recency bias. But guys, did we forget? Did we forget? Glenn Jacobs came up and said this to me at the weigh-ins. He said, Chael, I think we've forgotten how good Justin Gaethje is. As I read what's going on out there and I hear the talk and the chatter, I think the world's forgot. By the way, this was the best Justin Gaethje I have ever seen. The Justin Gaethje at 246 who shocked the world, was a 3-1 underdog against Tony Ferguson and won every single minute of that fight and left with the championship. Was a pretty damn good version of Justin Gaethje. If that version had to take on the version that showed up at MSG, it would not go the distance. Gaethje has gotten better. And Gaethje's very mean. He's tough as hell, we know that. Turns out he's an incredible athlete. Incredible athleticism. And it was never on display more than when Chandler picked him up off the ground and just has to use Newton's first law of gravity. And Gaethje rotates his body, comes between the legs. He hits what's called a leg pass. Very unlikely you guys have ever seen that included in practice. It is as high level as technique gets. And it's something that I did not know was in the wheelhouse of Justin Gaethje. But when he hit that leg pass, he took a lot out of Chandler. A lot. That was the only moment of fight that Chandler stopped fighting. And Chandler recomposed himself, but there was about 2 beats, 1,001, 1,002, where Chandler stayed on his knees, elbows with his head down. That frustrated him. Not all those big uppercuts, not that jab, not that cross, not those kicks. That is what frustrated Chandler. And Gaethje does deserve credit for that. But I have always known, as you guys, how tough he is. Talking about Gaethje, how tough he is. I didn't know how athletic he was. I just simply didn't know this about him. The most athletic thing I've ever seen Justin Gaethje do is his celebratory backflip off of the cage. It would take a lot of control and practice to be able to stick that. It would be my nightmare. So I get up there and say, Chael, you have to do a backflip. Oh, please, anything else, right? Anything else, blow out a knee. Anything, Gaethje sticks it, very athletic. But I've never seen him fight with athleticism. I see him fight with bad intentions. I see him fight with aggressiveness, ferocity, beautiful words, not athletic. Justin Gaethje was athletic, he was tough, and he was mean. He was mean. He wanted to do damage. He already had that fight won. 2 minutes left in the fight, he had it won, and Chandler had lowered his offense. I believe Chandler lowered his offense because I think Chandler broke his hand. I reached out to Michael Chandler. I asked him that. I never got a response, which generally means I don't want to talk about it, right? I'm hurt. I'm saying, why are you even asking me? I think he broke his hand. Very relevant to the fact, because Chandler quit throwing that hand. So now all of a sudden you got 2 minutes left. Gaethje's already beat him. He's already got fight of the night. It's all locked up and the victory and what seems to be #1 contendership. And Chandler's not throwing back. Why not just circle? Why not just eat up the clock? Because Gaethje's mean. That's your answer. You can like that or not like it. Justin Gaethje is mean. He's got to stick up his ass. He's had it there all week. He's cranky at everybody. And that's the way it's got to be. Justin Gaethje did not just have to fight Michael Chandler. He had to simultaneously fight perception of #1 contendership against Islam. And if Gaethje had a smile and just did the shucks, he would not have won that perception, including in the eyes of Islam's own mentor, Daniel Cormier. It was not the victory over Chandler that has elevated Gaethje to this point. It was that, along with the perception, with the anger, with the meanness. That's where you stand, but that's where you get respect. That's where you step back and throw your hands, it's your turn. Good sir, it's your turn. Best of luck.